1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, guess we're live. So today we're gonna test out Nina Aquila, Legal Eagle, Season 1. So let's just get right out into it and start with the new chapter. Yeah, I'll just stick to the mouse. Let's see. Tavisok, Thompson, Twiley. Hey Nina. I'm heading out. Did you review the case file? It's under Tidfill, right? I couldn't find it on the shelf. It's on the glass table by the sofas. Oh, make sure you check it out. I'll see you at the courthouse tomorrow. Don't stay too late. We got a big day tomorrow. Meryl, Tidfill. Oh. Bzzz. 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 Hello? Nina, where are you? I'm Miller Defense and Law Offices, November 5th, 9:12 a.m. Why aren't you at the courthouse? Have you forgotten what day it is? Just give me a sec, would you? I'm still at the office. Last thing I remember, I was reviewing the case file. I guess I fell asleep. Never mind that. Get down here right now. I got my hands full with the defendant. I can't bother you as well. Of all the times to fall asleep. I'd better get to the courthouse. Ugh, not even enough time to take a shower. Ethan Fox and Tanuk presents Nina Aquila. Nice intro. Chapter 1, First Flight. District Courthouse, Defendant Lobby C, November 5th, 9:24 a.m. That's pretty quick. Miss Aquila! Your supervisor was here, and she seemed really mad. Nina. She kinda scares me. Anya, I got here as quickly as I could. You were supposed to be here an hour ago. I've had to arrange transportation for the defendant and... Did you come here via the gym or something? I ran here! Straight after you woke me up in the office. Is everything okay? Everything's fine. Nina's a real pro under pressure. Aren't you? Of course, everything's gonna be fine. In any case, we'd better get to the courtroom. Meryl, the bailiff will come to collect you shortly. Just hang on for a couple of more minutes. Nina, one last thing. Gained item, a thorny ID card. You've earned this. Finally! My own defense attorney ID. You nervous? A little, I guess. I'll be there to help you out. This maybe wasn't the best start to your last supervised trial, but remember, you're one of the brightest young lawyers I've ever supervised. Really? What? I can say nice things. Just walk in, sit at your bench and stay focused on your client's innocence. Now get going. I'll join you at the bench. District Courthouse, Courtroom B, November 5th, 9:32 AM. Just like Anya said, all I got to do is head to my bench. It should be past the gallery and then on the left. Who's the new guy? Prosecutor? That's Chad Hawk. They say he's a real prodigy, but a stickler for procedure. Don't get nervous. All rise for the Honorable Judge Tony. Please be seated. We are here today in observance of the case of Meryl Tidfill. Prosecutor Hawk, are you prepared for the case? As always, Your Honor. As always, Your Honor. Miss Aquila? Seriously, I know him for... Miss Aquila! Yes, Your Honor? Psst, what did I tell you about staying focused? Now that I have your attention, I trust you've crafted a reasonable attempt at defense? I'm ready if that's what you mean. Very well. Miss Hawk, please state the prosecution's case. Of course, Your Honor. Emergency services were called to the Greenacre camping grounds in the early hours of November 1st. Fire had broken out in the facility's main building, which spread to some of the smaller buildings. Meryl Tidfill was arrested leaving the scene. The prosecution asserts that she started the fire to facilitate insurance fraud, and we intend to establish her motive for this through witness testimony. He seems pretty confident. He talks a good fight. Let's find out if he's got the chops.
Order!
Order! Thank you, Miss Hawk. Bailiff, please bring in the defendant. Defendant, can you please confirm your name and occupation? Why is she wearing that costume? Damn if I know. If a certain someone had gotten here earlier, they might have been able to fix that. Subtle. Miss Tidfill? Meryl Speak up! Meryl Tidfill, Your Honor. So you do have a voice. Well, at least she got her name right. I perform secretarial work at the camping ground and assist with event planning. Which is why you were here on the evening in question? Ordinarily, yes, but that night I was actually there for a party. Also, I was on a date. What's that? I was on a date! I see. My report says you were arrested after the building caught fire, hours after the party ended. Why were you still on the site at that time? I had to close up the site, but when I spotted the fire, I ran to get help. And that's when you were arrested? Yes, Your Honor. Very well. Merrill Tidfill, you stand accused of arson. How do you plead? Not guilty. Miss Tidfill, the court recognizes your plea. Prosecution, bring forth your first witness. Here we go. Huh? I know you've done it before, but as it's your last supervised trial, I'll fill you in one last time on how all this works. Hawk's about to bring a witness who will give a statement. Listen to it. Try to focus on the little details. You're looking for an inconsistency, a flaw, some kind which shows the witness is either lying or just mistaken. Don't worry about memorizing the statement though. You'll be able to recap it afterwards. Look for inconsistencies. Got it. Witness, please confirm your name and occupation. Jackie Marston, Your Honor. I work as a graphic designer for Rookery. Rookery? The corporation? Yes, ma'am. Please tell us how you came to be involved in this incident. Okay. Witness statement. I saw Merrill leaving the campgrounds after the party while the building was on fire. If I'm honest, Merrill's always been a bit of an oddball. As far as I could see, no one else was there. She must have started the fire. Why else would she be running around late at night, dressed as a fire mage? Very well, Miss Aquila, you might begin your cross-examination. Okay, Nina, let's get this show on the road. Cross-examination. Now we get on to the main event, cross-examination. Do you want me to remind you how this works, or are you good to go? How do we cross-examine again? I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. Cross-examination is where we do our stuff. In a moment, you'll be able to review the witness statements from before. I'll split up into segments to be easier to work with. For each part of the statement, you can do several things. You can continue to move to the next segment of the statement, or go back to the previous segment. If you continue after the last segment, just go back to the start, so don't worry about that. You can press the witness for a bit more information about the segment. You should probably start by doing this for every segment. You can also open menu to save the state of the game, so you can resume from there later. You should try to save frequently. Save the state of the... Huh? Moving on. I think you brushed over something quite important there. Moving on! You can also review and present evidence, but we don't have any evidence right now. We'll come back to that later. So, are you good to go? Or do you want to explain it again? Let's go! I saw Merrill leaving the campgrounds after the party while the building was on fire.
Hold it!
Hold it. Are you sure it was here? It was dark after all.
Objection!
Objection! Really, Aquila? There was a building on fire near me. There was more than enough light. I suppose he has a point. Yes, I'm quite certain also. If I'm honest, Merrill's always been a bit of an oddball. As far as I could see, no one else was there.
Hold it!
Hold it? How could you be certain? The campgrounds only have one exit, and I was there. Anyone else would have to have passed me. She must have started the fire. Why else would she be running around late at night, dressed as a fire mage?
Hold it!
Hold it? I thought she was arrested in the morning, on November 1st. Well, it was the early hours, around 3 AM. Is this important, Miss Aquila? Yes, it's important. Yes, I believe it's important. I agree. Witness, can you please add this to your statement? I saw Officer Flatfoot arrest her at around 3 AM.
Hold it!
Jackie, you don't like Meryl very much, do you?
Objection!
Objection. The witness's likes and dislikes are not on trial here. Sustain, Miss Aquila. Please try to stay on topic. Your Honor, please humor me for a moment. Jackie, you made it very clear that you find Meryl's costumes to be strange. It is strange. Really? I don't think it's strange at all. Miss Aquila, I warn you not to waste the court's time. Is this important? Yes, it's important. It's of vital importance, Your Honor. Defense asserts that Meryl's unusual outfit might seem strange at first glance, except on the one night of the year where it would be considered normal. Halloween!
Objection!
Objection! The witness was arrested on November 1st.
Objection!
Objection! She was arrested at 3 AM after attending a Halloween party.
Order!
Order! Order! Your Honor, I assert that Meryl's attire was wholly appropriate on the night she was arrested. I see. Yes, I believe your logic is sound, Miss Aquila. And the witness's testimony seems to fixate on Meryl's costume. The defense moves that this testimony be considered unreliable. But she did start the fire. She's a freak, a pyromaniac. She really seems to hate Meryl for some reason. Best make a note of that. Gained item. Jackie hates Meryl. Witness. You will cease your outbursts immediately. Miss Hawke? Mr. Hawke, do you have anything to add at this time? No. The prosecution moves to call its next witness. Very well. Bring in your second witness. The prosecution calls Detective Randall Flatfoot to the stand. Hello again, Randy. How's your wife and little Ryan? They're both fine, Your Honor, though Ryan is teething. What? Huh? Oh, poor thing. In truth, I haven't had much sleep for a few weeks. What's happening? Your Honor, if I may? Oh, yes, of course. How did you become involved in this, detective? Well, it was something of a coincidence. I was actually live very near the Greenacre camping grounds, so I saw the light from the fire from a distance. I ran to see what's going on, and in the process I bumped into Jackie Marston and the defendant mid-confrontation. When I walked up, Jackie was accusing Meryl of setting fire to something. Sure enough, Meryl was carrying some fire lighting equipment. That fire lighting equipment sounds important. I should make a note of that. I arrested her on the spot. And how, may I ask, was the witness' demeanor when you did that? Whoa, hang on there.
Objection!
Objection! Your Honor, I find it in poor taste to microanalyze the client's conduct while she was being arrested. I agree, Your Honor. You do? He does? Your Honor, the prosecution has not charged the witness with resisting arrest. It would be inappropriate of us to consider her actions during the arrest as evidence. Quite right. This exchange shall be stricken from the records. Carry on, Detective Flatfoot. Yes, Your Honor. For convenience, I was placed in charge of the police investigation into the fire. What did you find? First, Firstly, I can confirm that Meryl Tidfill is indeed an employee of Greenacre Camping Grounds. She has worked for them for a number of years and is considered an exceptional employee. Gained record item. Employee record Meryl. Received new evidence. Employee ID Meryl. We also looked at the webpage for the campsite, and Meryl is visible in two photographs of the site. This one from last year, and this one from the party on the evening in question. Gained item Meryl picture A. Gained item Meryl picture B. If you want to view those pictures again, you can do so later when we cross-examine. Already I can see an important difference between them. Also, we found something else. I can already guess what he's going to say here. Greenacre Camping Grounds was circling bankruptcy. Being clear, this is speculation, but an intentional fire to defraud an insurer would be one way out of that situation. Of course, we have no conclusive proof of that to present. At present. Don't forget the last part, detective. The last... Oh right! A detailed forensic analysis will take a few weeks, but we can already be sure that the fire was deliberate, so not a gas leak, electrical fault or lightning strike. Thank you, detective. Very succinct. Are you prepared to make a formal statement? Ready and willing, Your Honor. Witness statement. I came over to the site after seeing signs of a fire from a distance. When I arrived, Jackie and Meryl was arguing. The main building and some smaller buildings were already ablaze. Meryl was carrying some campground stuff, including fire lighting equipment. I can't think of another reason why she'd have it other than to start a fire. Very well, Miss Aquila, you may begin your cross-examination. There must be another reason she'd have that equipment. Pressing them for more information did the trick. This time though, I think we're gonna need to present some evidence. Do you want me to remind you how to present evidence, or are you good to go? I'd appreciate a few pointers. Evidence is a defense attorney's ultimate weapon. Sometimes inconsistency of a witness statement can be found just by pressing them for more information. When this happens, you need to review your evidence and see if any of it disproves a segment of the statement. For example, a witness could say they don't know the defendant, but if you had a photo of them together, you could present that as an inconsistency. But how do I remember all the details of the pieces of evidence? You don't have to just remember. During a cross-examination, you can open menu and select evidence to see the details of all the evidence you have. From that menu, you can review pictures and read more info, which might help you find the clues you need. You should check it for every new piece of evidence you receive. I think I get it. I pick through the segments of the witness statement and look for any evidence that disapproves what the witness was saying. If I find any, I present that evidence, right? That's right, just one more thing. What the? Oh, you see them too? That's a relief. The weird floating faces? The weird floating faces. Yes, I see them. Presenting evidence takes up the court's time. Presenting the right evidence is fine, but if you present the wrong evidence, do it too many times, you run out of chances. The judge will make an on-spot judgment and find your client guilty. So think very carefully before you present a piece of evidence. So, are you good to go? Or do you want me to explain that again? Let's go. I came over to the site after seeing the signs of fire from a distance. Hold it! You just happen to be passing by? It's near my home. There's also a cop bar nearby that I frequent. They do these amazing chicken wings. Stay on target, detective. Yes, sir. I'm gonna have to ask him about those later, about those chicken wings. When I arrived, Jackie and Meryl was arguing. It was around 3 a.m.
Hold it!
Hold it. What were they arguing about? In truth, I'm not sure. They stopped talking as I approached. The main building and some of the smaller buildings were already ablaze.
Hold it!
Hold it. How bad was it? Pretty bad. We were up in though, so it seemed safe. I called the fire department right away. They turned up quickly. Meryl was carrying some campground stuff, including fire lighting equipment.
Hold it!
Hold it. Stuff? General campsite stuff. Tent pegs, a mallet, a bag of collected trash. You know, stuff. I can't think of another reason that why she'd have it other than to start a fire. Okay, I think we have some evidence for that. Here, this picture shows her using...
Objection!
Objection! Detective, do you carry a firearm? Yes, I do. A department standard issue 225. Do you consider that a dangerous object?
Objection!
Objection! Your Honor, the witness has the legal right to carry a firearm and is compelled to do so by his profession. Thank you, Mr. Hawke. What? What's your point, Aquila? In some situations, a person carrying a firearm would be considered dangerous. However, we trust the detective here because he's in a profession where he makes use of firearms. Skip to the end, Miss Aquila. Gladly, Your Honor. My client is a long-serving employee of a camping ground, a place that traditionally permits campfires. In fact, you can see her tending to a fire in this very photograph. The defense attorney is right. It looks like her in the photo. Well, of course she'd like
Order!
Order! Order in the court. Mr. Hawke, can you offer an explanation for this inconsistency? No, Your Honor. Your Honor, as the detective's testimony was based around it being strange for Meryl to be carrying that equipment, the defense moves that this testimony be considered superfluous to this case. I am obliged to agree, Miss Aquila. I see no alternative but to ask you to relinquish the stand. Randy. Always a pleasure, Judge Tony. Am I imagining things, or... Flatfoot and the judge? No, you're not imagining things. Apparently he was a bit of a heartbreaker in his day. What's that? Oh, nothing important. I trust you have another witness, Mr. Hawke. I do. Then let's keep this moving. Bring in your third witness. Witness, please confirm your name and occupation. Travis Bright, lead singer and frontman of Tyrannosaurus Rex. I assume that to be some sort of musical group? You don't get out much, do you, Tony? I don't listen to crap. Talk about taking no prisoners. You got directions to the nearest burn ward? Now, Mr. Bright, I would have you refer to me as Your Honor. What's that? Yes, Your Honor. Still, can't argue with the results. If I may, Mr. Bright, your friend Meryl was arrested, so in her case, I understand. But why are you still wearing that ridiculous outfit? All this? This is what I was wearing when I was at the scene. I thought it was customary to wear the same clothes for the hearing. Customary where? Cloud Cuckoo Land? Fine, with that established, can you explain how you came to be involved in this incident? Of course. Meryl, Jackie and I have been known each other since grade school. The Greenacre Halloween party has become a bit of a tradition. This is our 5th time attending. We dress as characters from our favorite video game from when we were kids. Dragon Fantasy V. I always thought Dragon Fantasy 4 was the better one. They lost their charm when the series went 3D. I always preferred 7. Casuals. Clearly 3 is superior. Carry on, Mr. Bright. Early in the evening, I met up with Jackie for a quick smoke before the party. Jackie smokes? Not that much, I guess you'd call us social smokers? Though she'd kill me for bringing that up. She doesn't like people to know. I tend to vape. Of course you do. So you met up with her before the party? Yep, good for her too, as she didn't have a light. She had to borrow my lighter. In fact, she hasn't given it back yet. It was a promo item from my band's last tour. Has our logo stamped on the side. Best to take and make a note of that. Gained item, Travis's lighter. Mr. Bright, please proceed to give your formal statement to the court. Fine. This is the 5th time the 3 of us have attended the Greenacre Halloween party. Jackie, Meryl and I have just been friends since grade school. So anyways, at midnight, Meryl had to move off to start clearing up the site. It's part of her job. I thought I'd go for another smoke with Jackie while we waited for her. But I couldn't find Jackie anywhere, and I lost track of Meryl too. In the end, I just left. I got home around 1 AM. Very well, Miss Aquila. You may begin your cross-examination. He seems quite cavalier about his relationship with Meryl and Jackie. That's probably where I should start. This is the 5th time the 3 of us have attended the Greenacre Halloween party. Hold it. You like it that much? Sure do. I'm hoping Tyrannosaurus can headline the event next year. He likes the event. End of story. Look, they're being expedient and they're just being rude.
Hold it!
Hold it? How did you meet? Well, it's a long story, involving some homework, a pineapple, and a huge badger. Is this really relevant? I suppose not. Let's then talk about the badger hawk.
Hold it!
Hold it. You didn't ask if she needed help? Of course I did. I'm not a complete jerk, you know. She insisted, said something about how she wasn't allowed to let party attend this. I guess that makes sense. It's a private property after all. Go for another smoke for Jackie while we waited for her. Couldn't find Jackie anywhere, and I lost track of Meryl too. And then I just left. I got home around 1 AM. Present evidence.
Objection!
Objection. This photo tells a different story, Mr. Bright. Fine. Jackie and I dated last year for a few weeks. It didn't work out. You never told me that. Why didn't you? Defendant, please restrain yourself. Carry on, Mr. Bright. Lately, Meryl and I have started to go a bit closer. And Jackie was fine with this. I mean, she never said she had a problem. Just how dense is this guy? Anyways, when it got late, around 11 PM, Meryl and I crept off for some alone time. I didn't see Jackie after that. I see, Your Honor. The defense requests that this information be added to his testimony. Very well, witness. Please add this to your statement. Later, Meryl and
Objection!
Objection! You might not be aware of it, Mr. Bright, but Jackie hates Meryl. Seriously? Yes. Whoa. Be that as may, Miss Aquila is further discussion in this area good use of the court's time. The witness left the scene long before the event, and I'm unsure if he can offer any more. Insight. I don't like it, but I can't see any other line of questioning. Not every witness is going to be helpful. Still, maybe he gave us more than we realize. I doubt it. I concur, Your Honor. We can move on. Your Honor? Yes, Mr. Hawke. While that short diversion into the love lives of these three people was informative, none of that changes the facts of the case. Mr. Bright's testimony ends just after midnight. That still leaves Miss Meryl Tidfield near the building with fire lighting equipment and a proposed motive for the crime. But I didn't start the fire. Please, listen to me. I would never do such an awful thing. Miss Tidfield, please control yourself. You'd better think of something, Nina, and fast. But Hawke's right. Bright's statement was no help at all. Trust in your client's innocence. If Meryl's innocent, then Hawke's case is just a theory, constructed to fit the facts. The only way to beat him is to come up with a better theory. Think. Another theory? What do we really know? Mr. Bright was with Meryl, but she broke off to clean up just after midnight. Bright then went home about 20 minutes later. Then, in the next 3 hours, someone started a fire. Mr. Bright had gone home, but Meryl and Jackie was still at the camping grounds. Wait, could it be? Miss Aquila, does the defense have anything to add before we pass judgment? Yes, there's something else. Yes, Your Honor, I think we missed something very important here. Mr. Hawke? You claim my client is guilty because she was present at the scene. Yes, and had a motive to start the fire. Yes. Wait, what's your point, Aquila? Perhaps you didn't look closely enough at your own witness. What?
Order!
Order in the court. Miss Aquila, are you seriously suggesting that someone else could be responsible for the fire? I am, yes. I don't believe Meryl started the fire. I believe it was Jackie. Jackie Marston, the witness? If I may, Your Honor, Jackie was present at the scene. Wait. Jackie's whereabouts between midnight and 3 AM are unknown. Wait. And it's obvious Jackie hates Meryl Tidfield and wanted to sabotage her date with Travis. Wait! I won't stand by while you say such mean-spirited things. What sort of person do you think I am? Your Honor! Yes? I want to testify again!
Objection!
Objection! Judge Tony, I must protest. You forget yourself, Mr. Hawke. The rules in this scenario are quite clear. The witness may testify if she wishes to do so. Yes, ma'am. Them's the rules, Chad! Witness statement. How dare you accuse me of wrongdoing? I waited at the entrance to the campground for hours. Well, that was short. Statement men under emotional stress usually are. Very well, Miss Aquila, you may begin your cross-examination. Okay, Nina, time to knock this back out of the park. Cross-examination. Oh. Jackie, you've been friends for years. Why are you doing this? Your Honor. Mr. Tidfield, you must please remain quiet during the cross-examination. Just hang on, Meryl. We'll straighten this out. I waited at the entrance to the campground for hours.
Hold it!
Hold it. Jackie, there's something that's been bothering me about all this. Why were you there? What? The party was over at midnight, according to Travis.
Objection!
Objection! The witness is not on trial. There could be many reasons why she would wait around. For 3 hours? That just means Meryl had plenty of time to set the building on fire. She's clearly guilty. She was rooting around in the main building for ages before I caught her. Drill down far enough, you always hit pay dirt. And I think you just drilled into the real Jackie Marston. Witness, are you suggesting you saw my client inside the building before the fire? You didn't, you wouldn't. So what if I did? You said you waited by the exits of the camping ground for ages. Why then didn't you check if your friend was okay once the fire started? You did it. Just because you were jealous? You started the fire while I was inside. Don't be ridiculous. After all, you were the only one with the fire lighting equipment. How would I have started a fire? She's right, unless... Wait. Did she have a way to start the fire? Yes, she did. Jackie, you did have a source of ignition with you. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. You got it from Travis Bright earlier that evening. And you instructed him not to tell anyone about it. No! And judging from your reaction, I'm willing to bet that you still have it right now in this very room. You can't possibly, I mean... Sorry, wrong, Miss Aquila. We'll see about that. Detective Flatfoot. Yes, Your Honor. I will submit the paperwork later. Perform a stop and search on these women immediately. Mr. Hawk? Do it. Hey, stop. Cease struggling, Miss Marston, or I will hold you in contempt of court. Well, just a few items, Your Honor. A set of keys, a smartphone, and one lighter, which appears to bear some sort of design. Well, don't keep us in suspense. What's the design? Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have my glasses with you. Mr. Hawk, don't just stand there. It's like a dinosaur and a guitar. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Miss Marston? Is she okay? Oh wow, she actually fainted. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to enter a statement into the record in light of recent events. Go ahead. The prosecutor's office has taken Jackie Marston into custody. We plan to charge her with arson with intent to murder, at the very least reckless endangerment. Thank you, Mr. Hawk. We will have to wait for that trial to truly close this matter. However, Miss Aquila's defense have made one thing quite clear. The prosecution's case against Meryl Tidfield does not stand up to scrutiny. Therefore, on the sole charge of arson, I pronounce the defendant
Not guilty.
not guilty. District Courthouse, Defendant Lobby C, November 5th, 11:14 a.m. Well done! How do you feel? I feel like I'm about to throw a... Good! What? That's just adrenaline. You'll be fine in an hour. How can you be so upbeat? We came within an inch of losing. Meryl Tidfield could have gone to jail over a false accusation. You wanna know a secret, Nina? Something they don't tell you in law school. It's always like this. More often than not, a case will go right down the wire. You have to just keep pushing, keep up the pressure. and have faith in your client's innocence, even when no one else does. That's what you did today, and that's why I think you're gonna make a great defense attorney. Thanks, Anya. You're really amazing. Yeah, I know. Now, put on your best smile. I think I hear Meryl just outside. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. To tell the truth, I got real worried a few times during the trial. But you were incredible. You never lost your cool, even for a second. Like a swan, believe me. It's my job, Miss Sidfill. I'm a defense attorney. Oh, don't be so modest, Miss Aquila. You were a bona fide legal eagle. She really is. Got to admit, I kinda like the sound of that. Babe, you're here. Oh, Travis. We should probably give them a moment. Not on your life. I wanna see how this goes. Meryl, babe, I'm so happy you're okay. Let's go out to celebrate. I mean, my band has a gig later, but we can fit it around. Why didn't you tell me that you and Jackie dated last year? I mean, if she had a problem, I thought she would just out and say. You should have at least mentioned it to her. Babe, and stop calling me that! Travis, I'm going for a celebratory drink with Nina and Anya. We are? Looks like it. Then what am I supposed to do? You can start by apologizing to Jackie. I screwed this up, huh? Nah, Travis, you didn't. Not really. Jackie did when she chose to set fire to that building. Still, you seem like a decent guy. Go talk to her. You'll feel better afterwards, I'm sure. Cool, I'm out. Laters. I'm sorry you two had to see that. It's fine. Yeah, don't worry about it. Awkward. So, drinks? Sounds like a plan. It's not even lunchtime. It's quitting time somewhere, right? Let's go get some mimosas. Go sign yourself out, Meryl. We'll meet you out front. You did well today, Nina, even after the rocky start. So lighten up. A good attorney learns from their defeats, but a great attorney also makes time to celebrate their victories. Each case is a fresh start with a new client and a new chance to help someone who needs it. And sometimes, maybe just a couple of times in your career, it's a chance to put right something that's gone wrong. Remember that, okay? I'll see you outside. The rest of the day, if I'm honest, is a bit of a blur. However, I did my best to burn Anya's advice into my memory. Part of me felt that it would be important someday. Marston? From the Clink? That's gotta cost you extra, but yeah, I can take care of her. What's your timetable? Yep, within 2 weeks, no problem. She won't have time to blab. Another one? Who? Defense attorney? No. Never mind why. That's my business. And plus the paper says she's a bit for reasons there. Star. Too rich for my blood. Too high profile. Anya Miller, or supervisor? Yeah, that could be arranged. I'm thinking poison. What's that? You want her alive? I see. It'll be difficult, sure, but I like a challenge. Next time on Nina Aquila, Legal Eagle. I didn't do it. You need to stop running, Anya. I didn't shoot her. I didn't. I believe you. But half the department's coming the docks for you. You have to let me take you in. Drop the gun, Anya. Anya Miller, I'm placing you under arrest. I'm not wearing this. Oh, come on, Ninja. It's in your contract. Remember the direct-to-viewer segment at the end of each case? I don't care. I'm not wearing a leotard. But it's from Gunbuster. You like Gunbuster. I do. I do like Gunbuster. Great. Don't forget the ears. And the tail. The what now? The ears I get, but what are the wings about? Hello! Aquila channel. Welcome to the Aquila channel. We'll talk... Hei, jeg driver og tar opp, Milla. Du kommer midt i opptaket mitt. A special viewer-facing segment where we can talk to you, the viewer players. I feel ridiculous. I am a lawyer, not a croupier. Hush, Nina. In this segment, normally we talk about the legal ideas and pop culture references from each episode. Oh, I get to talk about legal stuff? Okay, so... Hold up, Nina. This episode, we have the much more important thing to talk about, if you say so. This was just the first case of Nina Aquila, Legal Eagle, and it was really just a tutorial. If you're here, that means we just played it. Nina's adventures are just starting. This was just the first step, though we don't exactly have the best sets. And our props are all hand-me-downs. And I think there's a stain on this bunny girl outfit. Okay, enough about that. Now you can move on to chapter 2, a bigger adventure with a variety of features, including exploring crime scenes, speaking to witnesses, minigames, a city overworld, and me! Huh? Who is he? We'll talk later. So, if you like this first phase of Nina Aquila, Legal Eagle, we like to call our friends nailers. We do not like that. Anyways, if you like what you've seen, tell your friends. And see you soon in Nina Aquila, Legal Eagle Chapter 2. Broken Wings. Hey. Anya, hey. You still get paid, right? Because if I have to wear these ears again... Shh, wait till we clear. What kind of an actor are you? Alright, so that was the first chapter of Nina Aquila Legally, Season 1. Guess that I'm gonna call it quits for today, and I'll be back tomorrow to try out Chapter 2.